What's going on, guys? We're back. We are headed to go check out a 1985 Ford F-150 two-wheel drive, 4-speed manual in a 300 inline 6. It's peak. I'll put a picture up right here. I'm super excited. After driving the four-wheel drive 460, I didn't like it. I'm hoping that the two-wheel drive is more the driving experience that I want, so I'm pretty excited. That also opened up the door for more options. There's a lot more two-wheel drives out there, and especially on Facebook for cheaper. I got my head mechanic here. He's going to give us his thoughts.
Hi, looking forward to checking it out. Hopefully it's a positive experience, not like a Washington State.
Yeah, we do not like Steve.
Nope, Steve, you suck.
Now, funny enough, this truck is actually from Washington State, which is pretty funny, actually. God works in mysterious ways. It's blue instead of red, and I really like it. We're going to go check it out. Well, we made it. Here she is. Here we are. I'm just doing a walk around. We walk in here. The seat's pretty trashed. There's no tack, no rear view mirror, no speaker in the center, and then there's a big rust hole right there. Walking to the other side, there's just standing water in the floorboards. The
Carburetor.
Come on, baby.
Nice old Dodge.
My favorite thing about these is the hood emblems. Got the head mechanic out there. We're hooking up the battery cables, and we are gonna try again, and again, and again, and again. There we go. Atta girl. Come on, baby. Stay awake. Little in there? I honestly cannot believe we got this thing running.
Yeah, we got no brakes.
I think the funniest thing is that is not a diesel. It should not be rolling coal, even though I know that's not what it is, but. All right, we just left our new good friend Forrest's house. Very interesting guy, nice guy. So we used a lot of starter fluid and a lot of gas, and before we got there, he said he rinsed out the engine bay and the interior of the truck after he rolled it off the trailer, but he didn't really tell us that until after we got there and started messing with it. So we believe it was already flooded before we even started working on it. Correct, Dad?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, so we got it eventually started after a lot of starter fluid and a lot of tries. It really wanted to start, and eventually we did get it running. He took it for a spin. It went pretty well. No brakes, which is pretty sketchy. And then we actually got a tour of his collection. It's his random projects in the garage. But we gave him our offer. It was a little bit more work than the ad said. Literally nothing. It just said the miles, no air conditioning, come take a look. And that's what we did. If we had a different shop or a different situation where we could work on a few different more things by ourselves instead of having to pay somebody to do it, it would have been a viable option. But we did hear a tick from the engine bay, which he thinks was a lifter, and we looked at how much it might cost to have to rebuild that inline 6, and it was a little bit more expensive. What are your thoughts, Dad?
The biggest concern was the brakes, because they were stuck when we first got there, and then they went all the way to the floor when I finally got them unstuck. And I will admit that the steering seemed fairly tight as I did an oval around his yard. but it was running like an old Model A John Deere, and definitely would have needed carb and I don't know what all else. And there was also a hole in the driver's side right at the foot feet for where the heel point was, and then there was rust along that door jamb as well. So that would have had to have been addressed. But you know, if we had a completed shop where we could tear it apart and work a couple of years on it, I think we'd be golden. But that's not us right yet.
Plainest terms, the price to get the vehicle running and driving on the road would exceed the amount of money that I currently have to dump into it, as well as it was not necessarily perfect. I am not in any hurry. I enjoy the journey and the search just as much as the destination or finding the right truck. So, you know, I just get to keep making memories with my dad and keep on looking and keep on hunting for my Bullnose. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, I really appreciate you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment something funny.